Dear students, today we'll see session on another concept in data visualization. Last session, which we learned data visualization, what is data visualization, and which purpose we use data visualization, what are the different types of data which we analyze by using different functionalities like line chart, VISA, or line graph, bar chart or bar graph, which we saw the way how it takes place, prototype, and different parameters for line chart, which we use the plot function, how we can work with x-axis, y-axis, and color, line weight, marker size, and marker edge color. These are the different parameters which we use the way how we can implement in our application in Python programming. So we saw plot function parameters, and over there x-axis is optional and all other parameters also optional, but y-axis must be there. If you provide only one data set, that one treated as a y-axis, and if you provide two data sets as a parameters of plot function, then those treats first one is x-axis and second one is y-axis. So like that, which we saw multiple examples how we can work with only x-axis, one example, and another example which we saw x and y-axis, and we saw the way how we can make use color property, different color values which we saw, character which we can make use while creating an application. So same manner we saw bar function also, or bar graph. And there is one more thing, when it comes to the bar function parameters which we saw, x-axis, y-axis, line weight, color, and align. So these are the things which we saw, different parameters for bar chart. And line chart which displays lines connected with markers, and whereas in bar chart it will be represented x-axis the marker points which you specify, and y-axis is the height of that particular bar. That is what which we learned, bar function. And this all bar function or plot function which you want to create line chart or line graph, this comes under module called matplotlib in Python pandas module. Under that, pyplot is a function. Within that function, sub function is like which we use plot, another one is bar. Now we'll see same bar, there is one more way which you can represent horizontal bar chart, which we call it as horizontal bar chart. So how we can make use in Python? So bar chart means only bar function. Horizontal representation of bar chart means bar h function. You can see clearly the way how we can make use bar h function. Python horizontal bar chart is a bar chart that has its bar parallel with the x-axis. Parallel with the x-axis. It can be developed using bar h function, which is available in pyplot interface of matplotlib library module. Okay, so pyplot interface of matplotlib library, which is available this bar h function. You can see the prototype of this particular function, bar h function prototype, which you can see clearly, bar h. Okay, so here order of these data sets, x-axis and y-axis, because this is a two-dimensional graph which we generate, which we want to create by using programming to make analysis on data. So you can see clearly the prototype of bar h function, how it can be represented, different parameters, y-axis, x-axis, height, color, and align. These are the different parameters which it can be used for bar h function. Yes, what do you mean by y-axis? Points on y-axis in the form of sequence. So y-axis points which takes like in the form of sequence as usual, which we learned in a line chart or line graph or bar chart. So there also which we use the y-axis, that set of values sequence data set, but bar graph which we treated as like height of the bar, and now here, so y-axis in the form of sequence the values which it takes place, and x-axis which takes place width, height are points on x-axis in the form of sequence. So in the form of sequence which takes this particular height or points on x-axis in the form of sequence values again. So you can see the right side example how it would be represented output of your bar chart horizontal representation. So by default that represents vertical display of your bars. So horizontal which we used to treat as x-axis values, and vertical which we used to treat uh, y-axis values. Okay, now here the moment when you represent the output in horizontal bar, then this horizontal bar output would be, so which make changes like y-axis becomes horizontal values and x-axis values represent vertical representation of in our graph. And that's why which you can see that parallelly to your y-axis values this bars which it was created of x-axis. Okay, now another property like color of bar should be valid color identified by pyplot interface. It should be valid color like which we saw different colors like yellow, white. Okay, K is black, then C is cyan, okay, G is green, R is red. Those colors should be identified colors and character which you can make use to represent particular color for your bars. Then height, width of bars in the form of scalar value are as a sequence. Yes, you can represent height of your bar either single value or set of values. Then align property, you can use the two different values, one is center, another one edge, same way which we used in bar graph also. So which is optional, default alignment is center, default alignment is center. The value of that bar, you can see the display, so center pointing the point and bar which extends point above and below. If it is horizontal bar chart, if it is vertical bar chart, you will see left and right of that pixel bar was generated. That is how you can observe the graph bar chart, horizontal bar chart both. Okay, now no, the difference between bar and bar h functions is only the first two parameters. So what's the main difference between bar function and bar h function means? So first two parameters, those are called x-axis and y-axis. In bar function which we use, first a parameter is x-axis, second parameter is y-axis. Whereas bar h function, first parameter is y-axis and second parameter is x-axis. The places of x-axis and y-axis has been interchanged. All the parameters work exactly in the same way. Other than this, uh, exchanging of y-axis and x-axis parameters, remaining all other which you used in bar function, same manner it works in bar h function also. Okay, so that is how horizontal bar chart can be created or graph can be created by using bar h function. Different parameters how we can make use. Yes. So data visualization, another one is like third type concept, Python histogram. Python histogram. A histogram is a graphical display of data using bars of different heights. A histogram is a graphical display of data using bars of different heights. In a histogram, each bar groups numbers into ranges. In a histogram, each bar which it represents groups of numbers into ranges, like particular range which will take total values whichever it was represented in a histogram, the data set, whichever it represented, those will be groups of numbers will be represented as ranges. That ranges how it takes place here. So histogram basically which takes lowest value and highest value which will be taken and which will be divided into equal subgroups, those which we call it as like bins, those which we call it as bins, equal number of ranges which will be divided entire values by taking it lowest value and highest value, minimum value and maximum value of your set of data set values will be taken and which will be divided equal size groups. Okay, so taller bars shows that more data falls in that range, and hist, the function which we use to generate histogram in data visualization, the function is used for generating histogram in Pyplot. Okay, the function what we use here to generate histogram graphical representation, hist function, HIST, and which make uses the total values and which will be divided into subgroups. How it will be divided? Which will be taken it as first lowest value and highest value from the given set of data set values. Let's take an example here which was shown bar chart, different bar charts and how histogram is generated. So bar chart you can see bars which are generated. Okay, example 1 and example 2. And then third picture which you can see here clearly, histogram is generated in the form of bar. There are different types of display of your bar in histogram, but by default which takes like bar representation, same way which bar graph or chart which it generates, same manner which creates by default bars. But the only difference between here bar chart and histogram is, so you will not see the spaces between the bars. In histogram, you will not be able to see the space between one bar to another bar combinedly which will be created. Whereas in bar chart, you can see one bar with another bar. Between that, you can see the gap, okay, which will not be joined in bar chart. Whereas in histogram, altogether all the bar which will be joined together without any space which will be created. So that is what the difference between bar chart and histogram. Now we'll get into the some example. The example how this particular histogram works, which I mentioned. So which takes lowest value and highest value and which will be divided into subgroups. Which will be divided into subgroups. According to that, and bars will be generated. Let's take example here. It was taken, there are 6 values data set which it contains. The data set which we took here, how many values which does it contains? There are 6 values. You can see 1, 4, 7, 12, 13, 15. Okay, there are 6 values and these 6 values will be divided into subgroups. So lowest value is 1 and highest value is 15, and 1 to 15, this 15 will be divided into subgroups. So once you divide these values into subgroups equal size, okay, 3 groups which will be divided, that is what below which was represented. 1 to 4 is one group, 1 and 4, and 7 is another group, and another one is 12, 13, 15 which comes under third group. Okay, range of values which you can look at here, 1 to 5. Okay, 1 to 5 one range and 6 to 10 another range, and another one is 11 to 15. So while taking it as minimum value and maximum value which will be divided into equal subgroups. Okay, 1 to 5 values, and the values which we have taken in our data set, that range 1 to 5, 1 and 4, and second range 6 to 10, that range the values which it contains in our example only one, that is 7. That's why only one value in that range which was shown. Okay, and other side you can see here. So third range 11 to 15, 15 is the maximum value, that's why 11 to 15 which takes third subgroup, and 12, 13, 15 here in that range which follows. And according to this, three different subgroups and three bars will be generated. The three bars which you can see clearly how it takes place, that histogram. Right side you can see the histogram, how it takes place. Okay, so here y-axis values, this data set values which it takes place, and x-axis by default values which takes place, that 0 and so on. You can see histogram which is generated here clearly. Yes. Now let's get into the same example, how you can write a program. So import matplotlib dot pyplot interface, as plt is nothing but here alias name for pyplot interface of matplotlib library or module in Python programming. Then n equal to the data set which we take here, 1, 4, 7, 12, 13, 15, the data set, the values which you want to consider to draw a histogram graph. Then plt.hist of n is the data set, comma bins. So already I told you that the data set whichever we gave as an input, that values lowest and highest value will be taken and which will be divided into subgroups by default, which divides that given data into equal subgroups. Suppose if you want to make use your own subgroups, yes, you can do that such a way that that concept, the divided range of values, groups of numbers into range of values, the concept which we call it as bins, the concept which we call it as bins. So bins equal to 1 comma 5 comma 10 comma 15, which is nothing but, so first which will be considered as 1 to 5 one range, and then second one is 5 to 10. Okay, that is nothing but 6 comma 10 which takes place 5 10, then 10 15 which takes place. Then once you divide that histogram with the help of bins, then you can print that graph. Note, by default the bins will be divided automatically. If you want to specify this bins also, by default it will be divided equal size, by default which will be divided automatically with the equal size, the equal size. Python checks the lowest and highest values from the given numbers and divide in the equal size bins. Already I was mentioned that. So Python program which checks the lowest and highest values from the given numbers, set of numbers, the data set, and divide in the equal size bins. Yes. Next, see hist function prototype. So the function which we know how we can generate histogram. And prototype, what are the different parameters which it takes, this hist function? Matplotlib dot pyplot dot hist is the function which we use, and parameters here x, that is data set, numbers, set of numbers, and bins equal to none, by default none. That's why by default only if you specify the x values, that group of numbers which will be divided automatically equal number of bins. Okay, then cumulative equal to false by default, that is what the height of your bar. Okay, whichever it takes place, that default is cumulative false. That we will see how it takes place, that cumulative, that property also we will see the example. And history type, yes, history type which will give you the different types of histogram can be generated. By default the representation of your output, generated output, same like bar chart, histogram also will generate bar. Okay, and align, yes, align property will have here left, right, and mid, three different values of align property of hist function which will take. And there is one more here, one more property, a parameter of hist function, orientation. Another property is here orientation, that is nothing but vertical or horizontal, the way how you want to display your graph, either horizontal display or vertical display of your bars. Now you will see each one. X, array or sequence of arrays to be plotted on histogram. You can take it as that X is nothing but data set. It can be array or sequence of arrays. Multiple arrays also can be taken place. Okay. Bins, an integer or sequence used to divide the range in the histogram. Bins is nothing but which is an integer or sequence used to divide the range in the histogram. To calculate the range of the values to generate bars, okay, of your histogram. Cumulative, which takes boolean values true or false, default is false. And hist type, yes, I was mentioned that by default is bar, and you can have other alternative options also. Bar stacked, step, step field. These are the four different types of histogram output representation which it takes place. Okay. Default is bar. Then align property which takes display of your points of that bar, either left alignment or mid alignment or right alignment. By default is mid alignment of your plot points. Okay. Then orientation values like horizontal and vertical. Default representation is horizontal. Now we'll get into the detailed manner. Yes, explanation of different parameters. X data, array of sequence of arrays to be plotted on histogram. When you take it as single array, how it can be created histogram? You can see as usual you need to import the module matplotlib module of pyplot interface and alias name which we use, and list here same example which we took introduction, which we are following to create histogram 1 4 7 12 13 15. Yes, hist of L is nothing but here, so the set of values numbers, and bins we didn't use, which means by default which will be divided into equal subgroups. The range of values bins will be divided automatically by Python. pld dot show, find the output of the above program. All the bucket or bins taken by the Python by default. Right side you can see default representation of your output is so bar which it takes place. Bar which it takes place. 1 4 7 12 13 15, which you can see bars which is generated. Yes, B. Two or more than two arrays. Earlier example it was only one array. When it takes, how it would be generated histogram. When you take it as more than two data sets, yes, one is A, another one is B, and when you draw a histogram in the form of list, which we passed here parameter, okay, in the form of list, again that histogram function a comma b, which means two bars will be generated. By default, to identify that bars which will be taken different colors for each bar. When you have more than one data set values, then which will be considered as different colors, each one is one color. So first one in our histogram function, list value is first bar and second bar. You can see clearly right side which was generated two bars and two different colors which takes. Okay. Since the above program we are providing two sequences, here the Python will generate two histograms as shown in right side. You can see for each point which generates two bars such a way that, okay. Yes, that is how multiple arrays when used. Then bins, an integer or sequence used to divide the range in the histogram, which we learned. Automatic bins. In the previous two examples, you can see that we have mentioned that we haven't mentioned bin, which means by default, which takes automatical division of equal subgroups, range of the values. Giving the bins manually, when you specify manually, using the scalar value, using the single value, how it can be represented, divided. Okay, Import matplot as usual module. Then A equal to 1, 4, 7, 12, 13, 15 data set, and this data set which you are want to divide into the groups by using bins property. plt.hist of a comma bins 5. There are 6 values actually, but you want to divide 5 values. Okay, bins equal to 5 equal size. Each bin size should be 5. Okay, so range of values should be 5 each subgroup. plt.show, you can see I have given bin as 5, hence Python will create 5 bins of equal size. It creates 5 bins of equal size, and for that output graph would be generated like this. Right side, which you can see clearly, 5 equal size bins and last value which goes as usual. Okay, 15 there. Next, using list, bins using list. Okay, so you can see clearly bins equal to in the form of list. Earlier example it was single value, 5 equal sizes which was specified. Now when you will represent the list according to the list which will be generated, you can see here now. So in this particular example, since we are giving bins as a list, hence now bins will be divided into 1 comma 5 comma 10 comma 15, 4 values which we specified, but which takes like 1 to 5 is one bin range, 1 to 5 equal size one size, and 5 to 10 another equal size, and then 10 to 15 another equal size values which will be considered. And we will see the bar also which is generated, 1 to 5 one equal size bar, and 5 to 10 another size equal size bar which is generated, and another one is 10 to 15 another equal size bar which is generated. All three subgroups, 3 bars, you can see there is no gap between the bars. That is what the difference between bar chart and histogram. Then another property, that is cumulative. To make a cumulative histogram, by default it is false. Cumulative means accumulating the previous height of the bar. It can be either true or false. Default is false. Till now we have seen all histogram with a default value of cumulative, that is with false. If we make the value of cumulative as true for the previous example, okay, same example as usual, we took module and then data set and bins, as manually we are specifying bins, and cumulative is true, then you can see the once you print the graph histogram, so 1 to 5 one height, cumulative true means, then the step which it takes place bar, height of that bar, okay, and second bar and third bar, one step which is increasing manner which takes place that graph, cumulative property when you specify true. 3 different sizes of height of your bar which is displayed. Then histotype type, this gives the style to the histogram. There are 4 different styles of your bar output would be generated, which can be seen. By default is bar, so far which we saw examples, and another one is bar stack, used when providing 2 or more arrays as data set. When you are using only one, you can go for bar. When you are using more than one bar, as you can go for bar stack, more than one data set as an input. Then step, generate a line plot, that is by default unfilled. So far which we saw the histogram bar which was generated filled with complete bar. Okay, and here step means generate a line, that bar representation area will be drawn in the form of line, and inside that line bar which will not be filled with any color, that is what step. Okay, plot that is by default unfilled. Then step field, generate a filled line plot. Okay, so which will be generated this type bar with the line, and inside will be filled with color. That is what the 4 different types of bar can be generated by using hist function property or parameter called hist type. Now let's take an example. There are two data sets, array of sequences. Then for this, which we use subplot, the function which we use here, subplot function, which is nothing but within the plot, subplot will be generated. That subplot, there are three parameters here, which you can see clearly. Okay, so first parameter is total number of rows of plot is divided, and total number of columns the plot will be divided, and then either left and right within that. Okay, two rows and two columns your plot will be divided, and then which goes to the one means left. Okay, first column is hist of a comma bins and hist type bar. If you want to specify this also, by default bar type only representation, and we'll see this is the title is nothing but to display your bar chart name. Okay, that actually comes under customized plot. How you can specify title of your graph generated? Yes, here it is used bar title. Then another type is bar stack. So subplot of 2 comma 2 comma 2, which is divided into 2 into 2, 2 rows and 2 columns, that subplot, and 2 means second column, so which it becomes first one is left top and second one is right top. Okay, under 2 entire plot is divided into here 2 by 2 means 2 rows and 2 columns, which is nothing but total 4 images within the plot will be created. First one bar, second one is bar stack, you can see clearly. Okay, title also which we specified. Another one is subplot 2 comma 2 comma 3 and hist type, that is step. Okay, the bar will be created and which will not filled with any color, the bar which was generated. The title is step. Now which goes to the second row, this one which goes to the second row, that's why 2 comma 2 comma 4 which it takes place. Sorry, yeah, 3 means second row first one. Okay, and another subplot, this is last one, 2 comma 2 comma 4 second row right. Okay, that is what 4. Hist of bins as usual manual bins, and hist type step fill. The bar which is created with line will be filled with some color. Finally the show which is represented printing on the graph. Without show function, which will not be generated your graph, it will not be shown to you visibility. Okay, you can see the output of this program, all 4 different parts, how it is divided this subplot, 2 rows and 2 columns and 4 images, how it was kept within that. You can see bar which was generated 2 comma 2 comma 1, that is what first row left, and 2 comma 2 comma 2 bar stack. Okay, so right side area subplot, and 2 comma 2 comma 3, so line bar which is generated without any color filling, and that is what step, which we call it as type of histogram type. And fourth one is step field with bar line which is generated and which is filled with color, you can see clearly entire plot which is divided into 4 subplots. Okay, and then each one how you can represent with the subplot function 3 parameters according to that which you can specify. The title which we were specified, title bar and title bar stack and title step field. Within a single image region which we printed 4 different images, that is how which we use the parameter hist type. Then another one is align, used for histogram bars, align left mid right, by default is mid. It is used for alignment. Consider the following code how it takes place. So as usual import the module, take same example subplot. Now only one row and three columns. Okay, and the three columns, how many images which you are generating, that you will be representing. 1 comma 3 comma 1 first image, and alignment is mid. Okay, the pixel which it takes place, that mid alignment you can see clearly. Same manner, title we specified for histogram mid. Another subplot 1 comma 3 comma 2. Okay, first row, one row only and three columns, out of which second column is this subplot, and the alignment is here right, which you can see for the title also, which we specified second image right. And another one is subplot of 1 comma 3 comma 3, within that one row and three columns total, and third column which is left alignment of your histogram, which you can see all three. First one by default is mid, second one is which we specified right, and another one is left. Okay, so that is how alignment property of histogram function, which you can make use to generate your histogram. Then orientation is used for making a histogram horizontal or vertical. You can see how we can represent parameter of histogram. Here also will be taken same example, and we want to print two images within the plot, and by using subplot you can represent that one, total number of rows 1 and total number of columns 2, and that two columns left and right images, one left and two means right. So left image which we generated histogram, orientation equal to horizontal. Orientation equal to horizontal. You can see horizontal means how it takes the image, and same way subplot 1 comma 2 comma 2 and orientation equal to vertical. So vertical histogram, which you can see clearly how it takes place, the bars which is generated. Yes, that is how histogram. Now another topic is here, customizing the pie plot. Okay, customizing the pie plot interface. How we can customize, what are the things which you can do here? Adding label to your x-axis and y-axis, and giving the title of your image and legend, and displaying that legend different colors which we use. Okay, different bars in plots, and same way limit of that x-axis and y-axis, limit values, how it can be taken place, range of the values within the x-axis as well as within the y-axis. You just see here, you can customize your pie plot graph by giving different notations as given below in the diagram. Matplotlib's pie plot interface provides many functions which you can use to provide legend, label, x and y labels, and limit, graph, title, and many more. Okay, so legend, how we can represent that bars, we can see x and y range of the values, and label, how we can represent y label. Okay, and how can represent x label, the name of the x axis data, that is what x label. Y label, name of y axis data, and same manner x ticks and y ticks, the points of that plot. Okay, that which we call it as ticks, x ticks and y ticks. And graph title, name of your graph, that is what which we call it as title of your graph. Okay, now we'll see x and y labels for the plot, how we can give labels to your plot. Okay, so you can see the title provides main heading to the graph. You can give title using the pie plot interface object dot title function, object dot title function, then which will be printed on your graph. How you can give that? So there are two sequences we have taken, x and y axis, and which we are drawing the plot is nothing but to draw the line chart, and title of that line chart, title epic information. As you can see how you can make use the title property of that particular object. As you can see that image epic in info title value within the quotation mark which you specified, string value. Same manner y label, y axis, you can see y axis. Same manner x label, x axis. So to print the display of that graph, you can see all which we use title of your image right side within the graph, epic info, and y label, y axis, and x label, x axis, the text which is represented. That is how which you can make use the properties of customizing our plot. Okay, line chart or line graph. Okay, then limits, we know title how can make use, we know labels how can make use. Same manner, limit, x-axis limit and y-axis limit. X limit and y limit is used to provide the limit of numbers on x-axis and y-axis. For this purpose, xlim function and ylim functions are used. You can see plot as usual, set of sequences, x and y axis, and y limit 6 comma 16, minimum value is 6 and maximum value is 16, and x axis limit minimum is 5 and maximum is 10. Okay, then so according to that you can see the based on the limit your axis starting value and end value, lowest value and maximum value, that range limit will be shown clearly with the line which was shown in the graph. 5 x-axis limit starting and maximum is 10. Same way y-axis limit starting with 6 plot and 16 is the maximum. According to that limit which you specify, those values will be shown to your axis, particular axis. Okay, that is how limits can be specified of your plot. Same manner ticks, x ticks, y ticks. So we can give the limits to x-axis and y-axis using the above xlim and ylim function, but if we want to print only particular numbers on different axes, we have to use xticks and yticks function. So xticks 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So those values which it was represented the range and the x-axis points, those will be drawn in the form of ticks within the bar. You can see that underlined with the rectangular bar of x-axis values, that is what x ticks. Okay, identified such a way that, and y ticks, we can see vertically the list values which you specified the ticks, which will be highlighted such a way that y-axis points. Okay, within the rectangular bar, that is what x ticks and y ticks. Yes, legend, how we can make use. Legend specifies the use of different colors in our graphs. As shown in the graph, inside blue color specifies first plot and orange color specifies the second plot. So if it is more than one sequences, set of arrays which you use to draw a line graph or chart, then if you want to represent the legends are different colors for each line. Okay, yes, you can make use the legend. You can see that legend how you can make use the prototype values for that location where you want to display that legends which you use. By default is in a image right top corner, you can see right side image which we took, and this is the area region of your graph generated. Legends are displayed. Upper right is by default, upper left as you can make use, lower right, lower left. For legends you have to give label parameter in plot or bar or histogram function. Okay, so how you can do that, you can see that example, the labels which we use. Okay, to represent that, so along with that legend. Okay, first plot and second plot, that is how which you can use the legend to represent the different colors of your plot or bar or histogram. Saving the plot, a plot can be saved, the generated image graph. Okay, so if you want it you can save it within your computer. How you can save that plot? Okay, a plot can be saved in our computer permanently by using function called save fig function. This function helps us to save our generated graph permanently in our computer. So how we can make use that? Matplotlib.pyplot.savefig, that string with file name and path. String with file name and path. This path is nothing but where you want to store generated figure. Okay. So that path, for example, D drive, within that my files, and then with the file name dot extension. What are the different extensions which you can give within the path? If only the file name is given, save the fig in the current directory. You can save figure in popular formats, extension of that image formats, .pdf, .png, .eps, etc. Okay, PDF format image can be saved, or PNG format image can be saved, or EPS. There is another extension according to this Python programming they were specified. Okay, like this there are some other supporting formats also available. So like this, which you can customize your plot, customize you can your plot with labels, title of your plot, and xticks and limit of your plot, and legends, different colors. By default we choose different colors. If you want to make use, yes, you can make use your own colors by using property of legend. This all about data visualization concept in Python programming according to our board syllabus 2021. Okay, so thank you for your support. Okay.